I'll just begin by saying Star of the Sea. It's a composition by Xavier and myself. There are two pieces. The first one he wrote, Xavier composed on the accordion. The second one I wrote on the fiddle. That happened independently and at different times in different places. We were looking for a couple of pieces to bring together, and those were written in the same key. They flowed together nicely. After we put them together, then the band came and arranged it accordingly. One interesting aspect of accordion composing versus fiddle or violin is the fingering is different. So the second section, that's not typically something that you'd hear a fiddle player play or compose. It takes on a different color in terms of the fiddle interpretation because it's written by an accordion player.
The tune that I wrote, I was kind of in the starting process of writing. I think it was the second tune I've ever written. Ever since I was almost born, I would travel with them. The big thing every year was the Christmas tour. So yeah, you know, you'd be on the tour bus and play shows, and at the time you don't really think anything of it, right? Because it's just normal. But as I picked up instruments, we would somehow incorporate them into the show, even if it was one number or two numbers.
I give you Xavier Leahy.
When Xavier would come out when he was a young boy, he played the accordion. And you'd do your solos, and he'd blow us away. Like, he was blowing the audiences away, but we were also standing there in awe, listening to him play. When I watch it today, I'm like, who is that person? As you grew and he started to write and have more creative ideas, it ended up that you and Erin, they started to write a lot more together.
When Xavier started playing the accordion was almost bigger than him.
David was so cool because he has some of the best ears I think I've ever heard. Like, his ability in a session to just cut through everything that's going on, and his ears were meticulous.
Scott, if you could just run the track and run the click, you count 4 clicks, do your thing and don't worry about where the fiddle comes in now. Do what you're going to do, and then we'll place the fiddle for when exactly you want it to come in, the ghost fiddle.
Great, but I'm going to keep the time correct.
Yes, keep the time correct.
He's not used to traditional music, but he completely was able to go there with us. Without compromising, he got the combination of the modern traditional, of the rock traditional. And because he's got tremendous finesse, he does a lot of rock, but the grace in a lot of the work that he does, it was tremendous. So he was able to meet us there. And so it was a very good combination. And as a result, the tune came out. It has the weight that we want, but still a beauty about it. And that's the sweet spot, I think.
Both of the pieces are in E minor, and yet there's this 6/8 time signature, which is da-da-da-da-da-da, you know, 2 jigs, we would call them, which for us, it comes very naturally. That's what we grew up with.
The structure of it would not be the traditional structure of a traditional tune, so he's using a traditional instrument, but playing it in a non-traditional way.
You have to have the traditional roots, but I like to go outside the box a little bit. Start experimenting with that and writing almost jazz pieces, but holding on to those roots. And that's why it's not a traditional tune, right? It's a bit more modern, and I don't know, that's what I like.
For me, this is a contemporary set. When you put a group of tunes together, traditionally it's a set of tunes in traditional music. However, the accompaniment rhythms are not as strictly traditional at all. But then the approach of how you play the accordion on it, it is again a little bit more of a contemporary approach to a traditional-esque piece. But it takes it into another place without compromising the guttural foundation, I guess, or the tradition.
What you're doing on the drums in Star of the Sea is you're pushing it like it's a little bit more progressive. Yeah, absolutely.
Not a whole lot. There are people in the band that kind of...
Make it, I know, that's me. Without me.
The title was fitting because of all of that. It's a real mix of emotions and energy. So we decided to record Star of the Sea on our recent album, Good Water, and we were in the process of mixing, and I remember it was the summertime. We had recorded most of the pieces, and I went on a little vacation to visit some friends on the coast of Maine, and they had this lovely place that looks out to a bay and then out to the ocean. I just remember the beauty that I was experiencing on this coast. Being out on the water and nighttime, seeing the stars. And so I just suggested to everyone, what about Star of the Sea? And then everyone liked it, correct? And that was how it came to be.